Hey guys, StarCraft here with another StarCraft 2 commentary, and from now on I'm going to be doing all the announcements in the description. I'll add a brief annotation at the beginning letting you guys know that for the next couple of videos, and just a quick reminder as well. So to see any kind of announcements I have, look in the description. I want to start focusing on the early game a little bit more so I can teach you guys some builds and let you know if there's anything too unusual going on. So enough of that. This is going to be a game that one of my users sent me. I don't remember exactly what his YouTube name was, but it's going to be Hype the Feared, which is the user in the bottom left as the red Zerg against J-Star, the blue Protoss in the bottom right. And this isn't a platinum level game. I think he said he was a gold player, and the purpose of this game is going to be for kind of a teaching tool. A lot of players who aren't quite at that platinum level will be able to watch this, see some of the mistakes that each of the players are making, and be like, you know what, I make that mistake too, and I'll kind of give you a suggestion on what you can do to alter that or what you should do in that situation. So hopefully it'll be helpful for those of you trying to reach that platinum level. And it looks like we saw a 10 Overlord with an extractor trick and into just a couple more drones here from the Zerg player. And on the Protoss' side, we are seeing a pylon and a gateway at 11. Standard for TOS is usually a 12 gateway, so a little bit earlier gateway than I'm used to seeing a Protoss go. 14 pool, so pretty standard for the Zerg player. And this was actually kind of taking a page out of Day 9's book, because he did this on his 121st video, his Day 9 daily, so credit to him for this. And a little bit slower gas, kind of a tweener build. A lot of players will go early gas for early speedlings, like right when their pool goes down, but this player is looking to get gas about when his spawning pool is halfway done, so he's not going to have nearly enough to put down his speed once that pool does finish. So kind of unusual, tough to say what exactly he's going to be going for right now. Another thing this early gas does is makes it a little bit more difficult to fast expand, and if he does choose to fast expand right now, it's going to be much slower, and he's going to be kind of starved for minerals. See, there goes that queen. No fast expansion, which I don't blame him too much. He has scouted the Protoss with this Overlord. He's seeing one gate, not too much intel right now. Another gateway going down, so if he were to fly the Overlord down here, he would know that this is kind of a late 2-gate build, so very strange build by the Protoss as well. But seeing this as a Zerg player, I would be hesitant to place down the hatchery now because it is so late already. And with these initial Zerglings, you always want to have Zerglings on the move, out on the map, doing some scouting, sitting at the towers, just standing out here, because they are the fastest unit in the game, especially once you get speed, which I don't see him researching right now. Maybe we'll see that once he gets 100. There we go. So they always need to be out in the field. Just stick them right here. Honestly, they are not going to get killed. If your reaction times are good enough, all you have to do is hotkey your Zerglings, hit 1-1, and run away. He would know any advances coming from the TOS player like this. He'd be able to scout this so easily. Come up here and kill this probe. Come up here and take this tower. It's so simple just to move out your Zerglings. Now he's taking that expansion despite seeing the 2-gate. So he knows the enemy has 2-gate, and all he has to combat that are Lings, which of course are still in the base. No speed up because of that late geyser, so this might actually be kind of tough to deal with. We'll see what he does here. I'd like to see a proxy pylon from the TOS player, maybe inside of there, just to warp in any reinforcements. He does have his gas going, 2 gas, and the Cyber Core, of course, but a lot of Zerglings here should be able to take out these Zealots. Nice little micro there as well, so a little bit of good play going there, saving a couple Zerglings with that micro, and he does wipe out those Zealots. But what is the cost of getting this many Zerglings? He is only at 15 drones to 20, so he's kind of, it looks like he's indecisive. He doesn't know if he wants to go economy. He doesn't know if he needs Zerglings or not. He just built these Zerglings a little bit completely in the dark. All he knew was that the TOS had 2 gateways, so not too sure about that. But this hatchery is up. He is now training drones to saturate his expansion with. Not seeing any kind of roach warren, no lair, no drones, no overlords, just kind of some larvae just hanging out there. Looks like he's busy with his control. And the biggest criticism for this player I have is if we look at his hotkeys, he has only his Zerglings hotkeyed. He doesn't have his hatcheries hotkeyed, no queens hotkeyed, and I have a feeling this is why we're kind of seeing the kind of play where, okay, I'm either controlling my lings and moving them around, or I'm macroing my drones, macroing my base and producing drones. We're not seeing both of those at the same time. Now we're seeing a couple overlords come out, and he's continuing to produce lings. I don't understand the purpose of all these lings, though. Again, he should probably have a couple outside of here, but at this stage in the game, this is where you want to macro, macro, macro. You saw the Artosis games where he totally just forfeited all of his combat units in favor of getting lots of drones. And now we're seeing actually a little transfer here, so this is good. The number's getting up there, but this is the kind of build that's pretty vulnerable for a timing attack because he doesn't have any tech, just now getting a Roach Warren. And these Zealots, there are a lot of Zerglings, but these Zealots might actually cause a problem this time around. Nice little spine there, so it'll depend on, you know, the formation that these Zealots create. Are they going to focus the spine or the Zerglings? So pretty good formation. These Zealots should do pretty well. Are there any more Zerglings coming up? No. Yeah, they do wipe out all those Zerglings. No roaches or anything. Spine is going to go down in a second here. Pumping out even more Zerglings. We'll be able to deal with this. Spine goes down. Should not be running these Zealots. These Zealots could have made short work of these Lings. Maybe even killed a couple drones or the Queen. This is where I definitely would love to see a proxy pylon here as well. Focusing more on the Zerg play here, just because that's what I'm more familiar with. Continuing to break down these rocks. Zerg looking pretty good right now. A very lackluster 4-gate timing attack. So now he's getting 5 gateways and 1 robo bay off of 1 base with a forge as well. So much money stockpiled up. So yeah, you can tell these aren't the highest tier players, but again, this is a learning game. Roach is on the move as well. Still in hatchery tech, which is kind of silly considering it's a Zerg vs TOS. The general metagame for a Zerg vs TOS play is Zerg will defend any timing attack that the TOS has with a lot of Zerglings and some well-placed spine crawlers, and then they will transition into Hydra play. Roaches you don't see too often, especially if the Zerg would get any scouting done. You'd see a robotics facility, and at this point the TOS isn't really scouting either. He's got this observer moving out. You will see these rocks breaking down, so that's a good thing. Although it just creates a quicker route. It's not like the TOS is going to get caught off guard and these Zerglings will run in or anything. Yeah, they're just going to back up, so that observer does see that.